Let's do a short sutta, next one. We will now look at a short sutta as the 47.19, Bahira Patipanna Sutta, the discourse on the practitioner and the outsider, as 48.18. Okay, in this case there is a repetition. You have the sutta appears elsewhere. Because it's a very short sutta, it's more of a teaching on the 5 faculties, the 5 indriyas. The details are given to you here. You can look at the details in the introduction. I'll go straight into the sutta. Now, first look at the title. It's called Bahira Patipanna. Bahira means outsider. And then that means those who are, well, they're still Buddhists, but they have not attained stream winning yet. So in a sense, we are also outsiders in that sense. But in our case, we are just outside the gate, so to speak, because we are very interested in getting in, right? Patipanna are those who are actually already practicing. They have started on their path of stream winning. So the question we ask ourselves is, what is it that decide, or what are the factors that define us as insiders, as practitioners? It helps to know some basic terms here. Now, first, you have what are called the worldlings, the way of the world, the crowd, the tribes, okay? The Putujana, born of the crowd. Putu means crowd, thick, dense. Jana means generated, right? Putujana, those who are born of the crowd, of the group, of the world. Putujana, usually translated as worldling. Then the commentaries talk of 2 kinds of Putujanas. The first are called Anda Putujana. Anda means blind, dark. These are those who totally have nothing to do with Buddhism, nothing to do with moral virtue or mental cultivation or wisdom. So these are the actual worldling. And then you have what are called the Kalyana Putujana. Kalyana means good, beautiful. These are the people who, although we are still in the world, we try to at least keep to the 5 precepts, practice some simple mindfulness. Okay, so most of us will be in this category, or we will be in this category, the good worldlings, right? And then you have first stage, saying the stream winners. Okay, so we should at least strive to be a stream winner, take the first step on the path, the Eightfold Path. Now, what's interesting is there are 2 ways you can attain this path, the stream winning. One is as a faith follower, meaning a faith follower is sadanusari. You are happy enough that you understand the Buddha teaches about impermanence, and say, yeah, I accept this, and I'm not bothered about all the technical details. So this person, seeing the world as impermanent, goes on practicing, and in this life he'll become a stream winner, because his attitude is such that he's all the time reflecting on impermanence. So he becomes a stream winner through faith. He is faith-freed, sada vimutta. Then the other person is more intellectually inclined. He says, let me investigate, let me read the suttas. Where did the Buddha say this? Where did the Buddha say that? So after investigating, I say, wow, this is really great. This teaching is good. I understand this. I accept this. And he goes on to reflect on impermanence. In this life, he also becomes a stream winner. So you have these 2 paths. Okay? So these are the 2 indriyas, 2 faculties. One is faith, the other is wisdom. So here in this sutta, 5 indriyas are mentioned. Right? In fact, I've written on the board for you. You can see how they nicely interact, right? Maybe the section 1. Bhikshus, there are these 5 faculties, indriyas. What are the 5? Okay, the word faculties, indriya. The word indriya comes from inda. Inda means a leader, someone great, a lord. So it makes you great. It makes you truly a leader. It makes you go on the path on your own, so to speak. No? So what are these 5 faculties? Or to be more exact, we can say, because faculties can also mean the senses, we can say spiritual faculties, if you like. The 5 spiritual faculties. 1, the faculty of faith, Sattindriya, Saddha Indriya, okay? The faculty of effort, Virindriya, Viriya Indriya, okay? Now, sometimes it's translated as energy, all right? Usually what I do is when they become powers, I translate them as energy, but as indriyas, faculties, translate as effort. Okay? They're actually the same thing, except effort are those of non-arahats, where energy are it's a bala, and it's a power. Okay? They're not called indriyas, they're not called faculties, they're called the 5 powers. Right? So if you translate as power, we say the power of energy. Because for us, we have to make extra effort, we really have to try hard. Whereas in the case of, say, a saint, its energy comes naturally, so happy and it's always diligent, full of energy. Number 3 is the faculty of mindfulness, Sattindriya. Okay, so this is called Sandhi, where the words are joined together. Sattindriya, Sati plus Indriya. And then number 4, the faculty of Samadhi, mental stillness, or sometimes translated as concentration. Samadindriya, Samadhi plus Indriya, okay? And then you have the number 5, the faculty of wisdom, Panyindriya, Panya Indriya, okay? These bhikshus are the 5 faculties, right? So the practice here is to balance them up, okay, to harmonize them. How do you harmonize them? By focusing on mindfulness. Mindfulness is the key faculty here. So using mindfulness, you balance faith and wisdom, okay? The heart and the head, if you like. Okay? You don't just believe blindly. You don't become too intellectual. You have both. All right. So now the Buddha continues the last part. It says the faculties and sainthood. Bhikshus, when the 5 spiritual faculties are harmonized and complete, one is an arahat. Okay. So the arahat is everything. Notice the word indriya still used here, although technically they will call bala, powers, right? And this is why I mean when I say that in the early suttas you find many of the teachings are not technical. Number 2, one is weaker than that in practicing for the fruit of arahathood, right? So if you're not as strong as that, then you're on the way. It's the second kind of person. Number 3, one who is weaker than that is a non-returner. So just slightly weaker in terms of the 5 aggregates. One who is weaker than that is practicing the fruit of non-returning. One weaker than that is one's returner, and one is weaker than even one's returner is one practicing for the fruit of one's returning. One who is weaker than that is a stream winner, and number 8, one who is weaker than that is practicing for the fruit of stream winning. Now here again we have this oral tradition, the way they say things. Once you understand the nature of oral tradition, you say, okay, this is what the sutta is trying to say. These are the 8 individuals. Remember we recite the reflection on the Sangha, Atta Purisa Puggala. These are the ones. So there are 4 pairs, okay? First pair is 1 and 2, and then 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, right? So one, let me see, 1, 2. The odd numbers are the what are called the fruition. Okay, the even numbers are the path. Right. So the first one is the arahat of fruition. That means it's full-fledged arahat. Then the second one is on the path. That means on the way. So you have undergraduate, graduate, right? So you have 8 individuals altogether. But bhikshus in whom these 5 spiritual faculties are all in all and sundry, absent that one is an outsider who stands on the side of the worldlings, I say, right? So here's a very interesting definition. Who really is a practitioner? He is someone who has cultivated the 5 faculties. No? So we should cultivate faith, effort, mindfulness, samadhi, and wisdom. Now, if you cultivate this, even on a simple level, then you're set to be at least a streamliner, right? Or you can put the other way around, a streamliner has all this. So here we have another way of looking at the nature of the saints that the Buddha is talking about in terms of the 5 indriyas. Yeah. Just one point more, okay? If you take the streamliner, for example, usually he has strong faith or he has strong wisdom. Then because of that faith or wisdom, he will make effort in his practice, especially of mindfulness, and that keeps him calm and mindful and happy, and he progresses from there. So it's a matter, these are the 5 tools he has to progress on the path of awakening. Questions? Or any feedback?
Yeah.
Yes?
This last paragraph, the faculties and the same. So we have number 2 there. One who is weaker than that is practicing for the fruit of Arahant.
Yes?
What does that mean?
Oh, that's the previous individual. Weaker than that means the 5 faculties are not as strong as those of the individual before that, of the Arahat. Yeah, not as strong as the Arahat's 5.
Which faculty is
as a set, yeah. It's not just one, it's as a set. Because they work together. They must be harmonized. See? Then in fact, these indriyas also deal with meditation. They help you in your meditation. Yeah? So if your faculties are not balanced, then your meditation won't progress. If you lack wisdom, then fear may arise, for example, right? So if you have too much faith, then you think that all the experiences you cannot understand are some kind of miraculous things, right? So you need a balance of the two. And if you put in too much effort, because you put in too much effort, then you find you're tired but no progress. Like in the case of Sona Kolivisa, he was doing this walking meditation until his feet bled, but it didn't work. So the Buddha said, middle way, okay? And then sometimes we try too hard to focus. Again, we tire ourselves mentally. So you tire yourself bodily, tire yourself mentally, right? So you got to balance up, middle way. Yeah. So in other words, the 5 faculties are also talking about the middle way. So it's another way of looking at it, right? The path as the middle way. Right, let's close this study. Approach the end of this volume. We have studied quite a number of suttas on precepts and practice. This surely must have given us some idea how the Buddha has, in different ways, taught the Dhamma so that we practice according to our own strength, our own wisdom, and always going back to the suttas, to the Dhamma, so that we are strengthened and we are corrected in our wrong ways. One of the benefits of age is that if we keep in touch with the suttas, we begin to understand it better, it becomes clearer as we age, and that is a very joyful experience. Reflecting in this way is cultivating good karma. By the power of such good karma, may we be well and happy right here, right now, so that we are wise enough and strong enough to aspire to be at least stream winners in this life itself. And may we be well and happy for that, especially if we are studying the suttas and teaching it. And also may our loved ones, those close to us, near and dear to us, to be well and happy. And may those who are practicing the Dharma too see the fruits of their practice in this life itself. And may those who have difficulties with the teaching see the truth, the joyful truth in this life itself too. May all beings be well and happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.